everyone, welcome to another vlog. Today I'm going to be sharing the Disability Readathon 2022 prompts. And sharing some recommendations. Just a few. Because I'm going to be uploading recommendations all month long on our Instagram and Twitter. The Disability Readathon started in 2019, and I run it with my friend Anna, and she is also uploading a video about her recommendations soon. This year, we decided to do a group book, and that book is Disability Readathon by,
You said Disability Readathon.
and that book is Disability Visibility, edited by Alice Wong. And Alice is a friend of mine, so I'm very excited to have everyone check this out and join our read along. At the end of April, we're going to be having a group event, probably on YouTube, and more details will come about that later. This book is a collection of essays by disabled people, so you know you're going to read it. So if you don't know, the Disability Readathon takes place all through April, and we have various reading prompts that you can choose from for a total of 4 reads. And when we say reads, we read anything from a book, a video, a play, a game. This year we're doing a game, which is really exciting. And we have to emphasize that this is not a competition, it's not a race. Everyone has different reading speeds and accessibility needs, so it's very customizable. And as long as you're reading texts by disabled people, you're officially part of the Disability Readathon. So we have 4 categories, and each category has 4 different prompts that you can choose from. So that would be a total of 4 reads. And then at the end, we also have some bonus challenges that basically align with uploading videos, tweeting, sharing your TBR for the readathon, and it's just fun and bonus. And in the bonus category is our group book, Disability Visibility. So for the first category, our prompts are play a tabletop game by a disabled person, or read a rule book. Now, I have been playing tabletop games on and off for like 6 or 7 years. I don't have a lot of recommendations because I'm not like steeped in that community. But Anna is for sure, so she'll definitely have way more recommendations. But for now, I'm going to recommend a game by my partner, Mindbird, and it's called No One Lives Here Anymore. And it's a game about loss, about grief, and it's excellent, and it is a solo game, meaning you just play it with yourself, and that's really awesome because I don't have friends, so I think that would be ideal for this readathon. The second prompt is to read a poetry collection, and for this I recommend The Hill We Climb by Amanda Gorman. She was the poet laureate from the Biden inauguration. She definitely stole the show, and she was incredible. And her book has the poem that she performed at the inauguration. She has an auditory processing disability. So I'm really excited to read it. I bought that book when I went to New York City last year, so I'm really excited to read it again. And the next prompt is to read a book by a deaf or hard of hearing author, and for that I recommend Continuum by Chella Mann. Chella is a genderqueer, Asian, hard of hearing, Jewish author, and his book is a collection of essays about his life and what it means to live on the intersection of all of his identities. The next category is to read a banned book, and for that I chose Monday's Not Coming by Tiffany D. Jackson. And it's about a young woman who goes missing. And the book includes discussions on mental illness and dyslexia. And Tiffany D. Jackson has a learning disability. So I read her other book, White Smoke, which I thought was really good. So I'm excited to check this one out. And the next category is has again 4 prompts, and the first one is to read a mystery or thriller. I've compiled a list with Anna that it has a bunch of recommended reads, and we're going to be updating that throughout the month. And so the next prompt is to read a book at random from that recommendations list. And the next prompt is read a text centered on invisible disability, because often we see disability conversations about visible disabilities, but it is also important to focus on invisible narratives as well. And I know Jen Campbell has a bunch of videos about different books, and I will link her videos down below that has even more recommendations. The final prompt in category 2 is to read a text by a trans author. We all know what's happening in Texas, which is really messed up and awful, and if you can, there's different ways to help out with the attacks on trans children and their families. So I'll put some links down below for more information about that and ways that you can help out. For category 3, the first prompt is read a book by an autistic author. The next one is to read a text about gaming accessibility. I am a gamer. Anna is too. And I have a blog called The Geeky Gimp, which I no longer update, but it has a bunch of articles that may interest you. I also recommend the website Can I Play That? And you can also check out the hashtags A11Y, which is like accessibility, and there's often some great Twitter threads about gaming in that hashtag. The next prompt is read a middle grade book. I have a bunch of those on the recommendation list. And then the other one is read a book with your favorite color on the cover. My favorite color is red, and I know Monday's Not Coming has a red cover, so that will definitely be my pick for that prompt. The first prompt in category 4 is to read a romance, and I highly recommend Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Toya Hibbert, and there's also Take a Hint, Danny Brown, which is the next book, and I think there's a third one as well. But I really love those books, and so I'm excited I'll probably read the second one. Category 4, the second prompt is to read a book by an Asian author, and Cello Man's book Continuum fits that description. And the other prompt is watch a video about disfigurement. And Jen Campbell, again, has a lot of great videos on that topic. And the final category, the final prompt rather, is to read a book outside if it's safe to do so, or by your window. I hate reading outside or going outside, so I think this would be a good way for me to get out there and experience the sun. I'll probably sit in the backyard at the table and, chill. So those are the prompts for the Disability Readathon. It takes place throughout April, so I am very amped up for that. If you have any recommendations of your own, please drop them below, and I will share them on social media. And also, we're looking for people who want to host reading sprints. So if that sounds like something you want to do, either on Twitter, on Insta, or on YouTube, send us a message, and I'll include that info below. And stay tuned on our social for more updates and recommendations and other live events. And I think Anna is also making a video with recommendations. But thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye!